There we are. Welcome to the Camera Junkie live stream. And the reason why I'm laughing so much is because I have a 5-minute video recorded in my hard drive of the entire introduction and everything as I get going here from the countdown and everything. And my apologies because I lost track of time. And as I was in the middle of the apologies, I went right to the chat and realized that there was nobody in chat. And when I look, I hadn't even hit the live stream. I was recording a video, which now sits on my hard drive. And I think that's going to be a classic. Like, that's going to be a video that's going to have to go up on the channel because it is the exact intro that I always do every week. So let's rewind and get things going again. Oh, the music's really loud too. All right. Well, welcome one and all to the Camera Junkie live stream. My name's Luis, also known as Mr. Camera Junkie, where I remind you as always to upgrade your skills before your gear. If it's your first time here, welcome. Please introduce yourself into the chat so you could get the nice Camera Junkie crew welcome. And as tradition goes around here, which is something that I had already done, the first thing that we do is to go ahead and check out to see who are the first members of the crew in the chat. And let's go ahead and do that now. All right. Oh, that's too funny. I have a full-on video recorded of this. So Sly's here, says, hope everyone is having a great weekend. Happy early birthday to me. Thank you. Thank you very much, Sly. For those of you who might not know, on the 14th, I will be turning, this is 2025, I'll be turning 44 years old. Wow. How the time flies. But I don't feel that, not a day. So I gotta thank you guys for keeping me youthful and keeping me in my dopamine fun, so to speak, you know, as youthful as I possibly can. So thank you, Sly, for the early birthday wishes. And yes, this 14th, which falls on Wednesday this year, it will be my birthday. But here's someone else who's hanging out in the chat, who's giving me a little, like, you know, birthday cake thrown down there, which is Gretchen, and her birthday is next Saturday. So let's keep a reminder of that and make sure that you give Gretchen her happy birthday next week's episode of the Camera Junkie live stream. And she's saying hi to me. We also got Parker Jennings in the house saying hello to everyone. Oh, Carlos just came in and says, we'll miss the stream tonight, but have a great night, fam. Hey, thank you for stopping by. Randy's smiling along. Did I miss something? No, Randy's saying ditto to you too to Sly. That's the way it came in. It says hello, everyone. And she's saying thanks, Randy. So, yes. Well, yeah, actually, that's right. Because Sly is also... Man, you know what? When is your birthday, Sly? Put it here in the chat because right now I'm running a blank. There's so many. And let me know if maybe I got yours confused because my niece also, her birthday is tomorrow on the 11th for Mother's Day, which it all gets jam-packed and crammed together. So yes, so my niece, her birthday is tomorrow the 11th. And for whatever reason, my phone has it saved as the 9th. So I sent her a message on the wrong day for years now. And just the way my brain works, I have to try. I'm trying to do my best this year to remember on the correct date, but without reminders, sometimes I'm at a loss. So let me know exactly which day it is, Sly. All right. Well, today we're going to be talking a bit about YouTube memberships. Now, I have a Fourth Wall website, which is where I actually have all of my merch, which I'm wearing right now. Oh, this one's actually from Ecamm, but it's the same quality. It's all together because right now, if I'm not wearing Ecamm merch, it's my own and it comes from the same location, Fourth Wall, and I'm really happy with it. And there's a membership aspect of it there, but I gotta hold myself accountable and be completely honest and say I haven't really been using it the way that it should because I'm always on YouTube and I'm always in the platform that I prefer best. So I'm going to make the switch and actually activate the membership for YouTube, which is something that's been available to me for a while, but I haven't really had like a strategic way to like make the tiers and go about it. And then I just thought about it. Actually, I had a really good conversation with, once again, Brandon Washington, and we just like kind of broke that down. And it was like, you know what, you just need to activate the membership and offer the same thing to everyone from the get-go. And even though we'll have the different tiers at different price points, you know, that's just depending on how the person wants to like support you as a content creator, or me in this case. So I'm going to be making a 3-tiered system, right? Entry level is like, hey, I like it, you understand? Then the middle tier is like, I love it. And then the top tier would be OJs, right? The original junkies, like the I'm all in. And even though I'm going to be providing more accessibility and different features for members within YouTube, it's the easiest way to do it for me, to be able to just, hey, you know what, I can create a members only live stream and they're all automatically going to be notified of that members only live stream, comparative to trying to bring people from fourth wall over to YouTube, or and vice versa, because I also feel that it's going to be a lot easier to grow the membership through YouTube, because of the simple fact that you'll also have the ability to get gifted memberships, which is something that I've even done for other people. So for other channels during their live streams, you're able to gift subs almost like a super chat, and people who are not part of the membership automatically get enrolled, and there's a higher probability that they continue to stay a member because of the membership if they like your content. So it's a really cool way to grow the channel, and it's gonna just be made a lot easier. Now, when I first started the fourth wall site, I could honestly tell you that that was the best option for me for the time being, but YouTube has brought out a lot of features and it's come a long way, especially for the creator. And me being on this platform all the time and loving it is just kind of like a no-brainer. It's been more of a, I should have been done maybe even a little bit sooner, but here we are. And instead of just having it done and making an announcement, we're going to go through it together, and I'm going to open up some windows and we're going to just run through it together and just activate it here live and show you how to do it the same way that I'll be doing it. Now, I am part of the, what's the, I forgot the name of it. The affiliate program with YouTube, the partner program, forgot what. YouTube partner program is what they call it. So yes, so being part of it and having the ability to monetize through super chats and things like that make this a lot easier. So there are those requirements that your channel is going to need to have to meet to the YouTube partnership program. But then at the same time, if you're already there, this is how you're going to be able to do your content. Okay, so Sly said hers is tomorrow, so you're both on the 11th. I will never forget both of your birthdays now. I'm gonna get past the confusion, so happy early birthday to you as well. That's so cool, man. So many Tauruses hanging out. So yep. And for those of you who don't know, my niece Ariana, she was on the 5th of May, Cinco de Mayo, so that was her birthday. There's somebody on the 9th that I'm missing, that I'm getting confused, but I'm not gonna worry about it now. As we can see now, Sly and my niece Jocelyn, they'll be tomorrow on the 11th. And happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, and to all the sons of mothers and daughters of mothers. Make sure that if that person is still around in your life, make sure that you do your best to spend your time with them. Unfortunately for me, my mother has passed, and my older sister, and a lot of people. So I have a younger sister and my nieces and Jocelyn, actually, FYI, just some extra news. So hold on. Where's my sound effects? There we go. My niece actually is pregnant and she's expecting for later this year. And this is the one that I had just mentioned, Jocelyn, which her birthday is tomorrow. So I'm going to try to do my best to see if I get to see her for Mother's Day or her pre-Mother's Day celebration, so to speak. Like the person's still incubating, but it's that person's already here, so she's already a mother. I some could say she's been a mother far before the pregnancy. So once again, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, and also happy birthday once again to Sly for tomorrow. So happy early birthday. And we march on. So hey, David's in the house saying hello, says a YouTube partner program, thank you for helping me out. See, we need at least 500 subs and 3,000 subs. No, I think it's 3,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours. But now I haven't really paid attention too much on the exact metrics. That's why I didn't get into it, because there's even a completely different way of entering the partner program. Like if you're a shorts content maker, right? They require a lot more views, so to speak, like a lot more watch hours in shorts with less subscribers, because they know that shorts content creators don't have the proclivity to gain subscribers. So, okay, so he says 3,000 watch hours. Okay, so now it's 500 subs and 3,000 watch hours. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. And yeah, that's a lot better. They shaved the watch hours by 25%, because it used to be 4,000, and I think you needed 1,000 people. So the membership's in half, which is really cool, especially with so many new content creators right now who are doing amazing jobs. Like seriously, like I've seen some channels that I'm like they come out the gate with awesome production. Obviously they've been doing it for someone else, but they come out the gate with awesome production, and you don't see the movement in their channel. It's just because there's so much good content right now. So excuse me. You know what I should do is actually clip every time that I've been drinking this mysterious green drink on the live stream and just send it over to that company and see if there's something that we could collaborate with. Brought to you by said drink. Not yet. And he says this is for memberships and super chats. He says you still need 4,000 watch hours and 1K subs for AdSense. Oh, okay, that's very interesting. You see, things change, but thank you for keeping me up to date, David. But let me go ahead and open up a YouTube window over here. If I find the mouse. That wasn't the one that I was looking for. Yeah. Let's open this in a new window. So I'm opening up my YouTube studio behind the scenes. Bring down that. Yeah, let's bring down the... Okay, so let me see exactly which scene that I have here. Is it edit? Does that one work? Boom, perfect. All right, let me move my face a little bit lower. Oh, I'm locked in. Okay, I'll put my face under the settings and stuff like that. Okay, this looks okay. Not the best, but we can work with it. All right. So this is my YouTube studio. I rarely come in here anymore, to be honest with you guys. Make sure we're still seeing the same thing. Okay, we are. All right. Moving windows around, but still checking. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead into I think customization is where you do it. No. Earn memberships. Bam. Okay, so let me backtrack just a bit, right? From your dashboard, you're going to go into the Earn tab on your left-hand side and hit the tab on the top from Overview to Memberships. And this is what we'll see. It says Explore the next steps, okay, to open up memberships. All right, and now we're getting these options here, which is kind of like where I got stuck. And they give a really good example of what you can do with the tiers, right? Like $2.99 is the entry level if you're just starting to support. Level 2 is just strike slightly above, right? And the third is all the perks, but like I said, the original junkies, the ones who are my biggest supporters. So in this case, we're gonna switch everything around over here. And I had already done some like marketing with Chad from GPT, and Chad from GPT, that sounds so good. Chad from GPT, and basically is gonna do the same thing, except just the levels, the prices are gonna be a bit different. So I'm gonna go ahead and move along with this template, but then also just show you that you can select different options, like a 1 level tier here, which is just one option, like start this. But from what I've learned is like, and asked around, is that if you're planning to do a 3-tier like membership in the future, it's better for you to start out that way than it is for you to try to convert people from one tier to another. Give them the options ahead of time, and then you're still able to change what you provide within those tiers a lot easier than changing it from a single tier platform to a multi-tier platform afterwards. So start with a multi-tiered platform if that's going to be your end goal. And I would recommend to do it exactly how I'm going to be doing it, which is there's not going to, holy crap, I've been muted this whole time. Can you guys hear me now? Have I been muted that whole time? No. Testing. Okay, the system audio's still been going through. That's why I would have thought you guys would have let me know if I was muted, but yo, my heart just sank to my rear end because I'm looking at my main crisp microphone, and that is like not crisping out, so to speak. You know what? You're probably hearing Aiden and everything, but let me go ahead and do this. There we go. Even if it just makes me feel better. Let's lock that scene and we'll move on. So like I was saying, if anything, then this will be better for you to start with the multi-tiered before you and just change the aspects after the fact. Yeah, thank you. I figured out what it was, but still, like, you saw how scared I got. I was like, what? Like, I haven't seen like not one message that I'm on mute. So, but thank you guys as always. All right. Now they have another tier says 4 levels, right? But I think that's just even more complicated. And then start from scratch. I guess you can make as many or as little as you want. 1, 2, 7. It's really up to you. But I think if it's hard enough for you to make the tiers, then it's going to be that much harder for you to kind of keep them evolved or separate, so to speak, and not just kind of have them jumbled up. What I'm doing, like I was mentioning before, was that I'm going to do a 3-tier, and they're all going to be the same right off the bat because I want to see exactly what works best with the community as well. And I want to build this up with everyone here just the same way. So I'm going to start doing some like members only off the cuff live streams that are not going to be part of the weekly, Camera Junkies live. So that's where I really think that I could provide the most with a membership program, which is just go right back live and be able to help you guys out with stuff that you're dealing with right on the fly, like, one-on-one, and give the best advice that I possibly can. So let's go ahead and move on to the next step. Right, it's saying an introduction video. That's cool. what I'm going to do, because I don't have an introduction video right now, I'm going to write that down. I 3D printed this cool little post-it holder, and it's been like really cool because it comes with like these templates for grids, and it allows me to stay on track. And I've also been getting a little hooked on just making lists and checking off all the things inside the lists. Satisfaction level 10,000. Okay, so now that I've stenciled this out, I can show you exactly what we're ended up with. Post-it list. And the first thing that I'm putting on this list for today's episode is introduction video. So intro video needs to be made so that I can add it once everything's set. Right. So I hit next. It says tailor your offers to work for you as well as your viewers. You see, here's the next thing. Loyalty badges, right? But emojis. So these are things that you can actually like provide for, all the members. Excuse me. Members only live chats, priority replays to comments. No, that's reply. Sorry. Priority reply to comments, emojis, and loyalty badges. But emojis is something that I want to also take advantage of. So that's something that I need to make for the membership to, make it the best. So that's also going on the list. So emojis, early access to new videos, member shout outs, photos, and status updates, members only videos, members only live streams. Obviously, like that's something that I'm really looking forward to. And the perks from the previous level. And then the third one was say connecting on social media, perks unique to the audience. And you see, these are great examples, but as of right now, the things that I know that I'll be able to do will be the emojis, right? I got to do an intro video for it just to get things rocking and rolling. That I'll be doing obviously after the stream. And then after that, I really don't know where I'm going to go. I'm really going to get some feedback to see exactly what is going to be the most fun, because I also want to not make it all about like this is a membership for fun, right? And you know what? I'm going to write that on the list to keep that as well, right? It's to be fun and to keep this in the same like ilk and the same vibe, because like even though I'm always happy to help, it's not really going to be like a mentorship membership, if that makes sense, right? So that's the way that I see it. So I just want to keep it like very light, cool, and fun, playful, not real serious, right? Not too serious, I think, is the biggest thing. And we have one of our favorite comedians here in the house, K-Wall Comedy. How you doing, Kathy? You know what? Let's see if we could. There we go. So it's not all over my face. There we go. Good for us all. Bam. How you doing, Kathy? All right. You know what? Let's spice this up. Yeah, I love the Rodecaster for little things like that. Like, I put up the music and I'm able to boost the music in my headphones so that I can enjoy the song. And I didn't have to hit the slider to increase the sound level for you guys. So just love the functionality of this system. Okay, let's I guess this is the part where we're supposed to edit. See, like, okay, I'm gonna hit edit here, right? Okay, so I'm naming it Love It. See, $9.99 is popular. Bam. Right? Oh, okay. This is cool. Because I haven't really done it. So we're reading this and going through it together. You know, if some of you have done this yourself, you know, you could also help me go through it as well if you got some info there. Interesting. I could like delete the level completely, but no. What I'm gonna do is, yeah, it says and includes all the perks from the previous level, but there's really gonna be no difference. So okay, so let's hit done here. We changed the price on it. This we're gonna change it to the $5 popular, right? Loyalty badges, emojis. Okay, we're gonna add a perk. Members only videos. Okay. Okay, that was the first one. Okay, that's what I wanted to figure out. It looks like you could add multiple. Members only live streams. Very interesting. I haven't gone through all of these, so you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and hit done, right? Okay, sorry for the lull in the action, so to speak. It was just reading and going through all of this at the same time. And this is why we said we do it live. You're learning with me on the fly. And what I'm seeing here, what I'm noticing is that, like, what I was expecting is like if I moved something into the first level that was already in the second one, I was hoping that it would just like drop off so that I can see exactly which one's checked off. But all right, so Love It level, right? Or level 2 would be early access. Members shoutouts. You see, like, these are the things that I kind of do like naturally and instinctively. So it's gonna be like interesting to try to like only do it for some and not all, which is why I'm like kind of putting it all together, and you get to decide how much support you want to give me financially. But I don't think that I want to separate things at the moment, because I want to see exactly what works best for the different tiers and the different, you know, members of the channel. Okay. I'm just writing these things down. Photos and status updates, members only videos, members only live streams plus. Okay, so I'm gonna come in here and I'm just gonna I'm just gonna remove all of these, right? Includes from the previous level. Bam. Now, you know what? I want your opinion on this, so help me out, guys. What looks better? That if I were to repeat all of the things in each one, or if like the level 2 and level 3 just says perks from the previous level? Let me know what are your feelings on that. Like if I put all the information on the first tier and then the other ones just like there's really no difference to emphasize that that's the way, or would it look better aesthetically if I just repeat all of the same things for each one of the tiers? So let me know exactly. I'll wait for your response while I start editing the first one. I'll name this one Like It. Okay, so we have loyalty badges, right? Emojis, members only live chats. Oh, that's how you add the emojis. I was like, add emojis. Okay, yes. Members only videos. Members only live streams. Then members only status. Let me see if I see this. Okay, members only shout outs. You know what? Hold on. I'm gonna delete all this stuff again, just to organize it a bit better. Okay. Emojis and loyalty badges, right? So now let's add the first perk. Members only videos. Add another perk. Members only live streams. Add a perk. Oh, are you serious, bro? I know you guys didn't hear any of that. Hold on. Go ahead. Do your thing. Okay. What happened was Aiden just took his snack bowl and kicked it, and all of it just flew on my backside and on the back of my leg and all over my feet. But he's being so good that he's picking it up himself. So I'm going to let him do his thing, and whatever he doesn't get to, Dad will take over. But he's seen me clean up after him so many times that he now knows that that's what you're supposed to do after he makes a mess, and I'm all here for it. I'm so grateful. He's a little distracted. He's back onto his toys, but let's see how much cleaning he actually gets done. Okay, back to this. Where did I leave off? Let me see. Was the members only videos? That really threw me off. Okay, member only videos, and then we have member only live streams. Love this track. Bam, bam. That really threw me for a loop, man. Okay. Members only. Let me see what else. Okay. I don't see what I wrote down here, which was, but I digress. Continue. Okay. Early access to videos. Let's add another perk here. Member shoutouts. Okay, add another perk. Oh, that was it. Members only photos and status updates. I think you might be limited. Very interesting. Like there, like if I want to add extra stuff, it looks like I might even have to use the multi-tiered, but then at the same time I get to choose which tier gets to, you know, partake in anything that I create. So even though I could have a variety of different tiers, different things like that, if I make it for everyone that's in the membership, it should affect all the tiers. Okay, so I'm not really making members only shorts. Live streams, yes. Gameplay with you. That's very interesting. I'm going to leave that discounted merch off right now. But that's something that I think I'll be able to link up with Fourth Wall just the same way. So that's something that looks like it'll be interesting for the future. Oh, the connecting on social media. Nope, that one's cool. All right. We can add that. I'm going to hit done now. All right, so let me see if you guys gave me a response. You didn't. I didn't get any feedback on that. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and edit over here. And what I'm going to do, Cinematic Bird is in the house saying, "What's up, buddy?" Hey, man. Hey, I would love to know how the handle's working out for you. If you want, you know, you can let me know here, or you could just shoot me a DM. Yeah, just let me know how it's working out for you. I would love to get the feedback of how it's working for you. I've been working on a lot of other things, and right now we're doing memberships. Okay, so this is just gonna have all the stuff from the previous. We're gonna hit done, and that's the pricing platform that I want to do. I was gonna do the jump from $9.99 to $24.99. 24 I think is where I'm gonna keep it, like at max, but I might be switching over the Love It one to 15, and then maybe the entry level at 10. But it really depends on how things work out. We'll see how it is. This is not necessary, of course, and this is just I'm super appreciative of anyone who's ever supported me in any of these platforms, whether it's just buying me a coffee from when I had that up and running when things were starting, to Fourth Wall, and now coming all the way to the YouTube partnership program and AdSense, and opening up the memberships within YouTube, which is like, it's such an amazing platform. And now, just on a little bit of a side note, just a little bit of a soapbox rant. So many people that complain about YouTube and like, oh, and like this, and they take this percentage and that, and from like, it is amazing that we have access, in my opinion, to this platform. And another thing is that if you wanted to host, right, your own server, just so that you can have on your server a video that gets distributed over to the world, and if it were to go viral, right, where everyone is like downloading it off of your server, there's an inherent cost to your ISP, which is your internet service provider, which will then be passed over to you. And they're like, you exceeded your amounts of like traffic through the internet on your server this month, and it was because you had a hit video. Well, with YouTube, you have the ability to go viral and host videos, even upload videos that are completely private, and send private links, and have a server that's gonna hold that video there for the entirety of like history is pretty impressive. And the fact that you're not being charged for it at all, and there's a possibility where you could end up right here in the partnership program, where you start actually benefiting from your creations on YouTube and monetizing this platform to your benefit, is amazing. It's freaking nuts, actually. You think about it. And there's people that have made life-changing money. You understand? And the amount of money that can be made, the possibility is pretty much limitless. So every time that you're thinking about making a video, a live stream, anything, just know that you don't know which is going to be the one that just takes off. So they're all like just a lottery ticket, and you never know which one's going to be the one that hits the jackpot. Says, I'd put a few extras for the added price. Thank you for that information. So let's go ahead and do that then. You know what? I'm gonna take her advice. Where are we? We're at 52 mark. Excuse me. See, we could do discounts on merchandise. Okay. You see, now we're rock and roll. Let's add another perk over here. Let's do priority reply to comments. Add another perk over here. You guys could also let me know what you think you would like to see, because this is the perfect time to make requests to say, hey, you know what? I would like this in there. You know, FYI. I see. You know what? I'm going to put connecting on social media over here as well, right? Make this one the most personable, right? Discount on some merchandise. Then you get priority response to your comments, and connecting, having, you know, like that connection on social media. So we're going to come over here and we're going to remove the connecting from social media on this side. Yeah. Okay. So let's hit done over here. You know what? This was, I think, doing it this way, even though now with Sly's bit of input here, just gave me a better vision of what, like starting from top down. So you know what? We add those, and now I could kind of separate to the more generic stuff in the front and add the members only stuff in the middle. Right? Because right here, we're going to do members only live streams. Member only videos as a first. Is that what I selected? No. Members only polls? Interesting. No. Okay, so we did member only videos, member only live streams. No, I'm gonna leave the live streams still for the first members and throughout all of them, because it's just something that I love to do. So we can do members only chats. Add another one here. Members only videos, member only chats. And now we're going to have another members only. I think I'm going to use the photos and status for the top tier as well. Members only shout outs. All right, so let me see, where did I put that over here? I'll take that off of the first one. Now I'm gonna add on the last tier photos and status updates. Okay, I think that's where we're gonna leave it. Yeah, just in time too. So the the entry level membership for $4.99, you're gonna get the loyalty badges, emojis, which is something that I put on my list that I have to make, right? Members only live streams and early access to new videos, which I'll give at least 24 hours before I go live with that. And you know what? I'll just make that a routine to make that viable. And the reason why I wrote that down 24 hours is because I have to remind myself, I'm someone that as soon as the video is done and I'm satisfied with it, I want to just put it out there. And there's been times where I've uploaded a video at 3:00 a.m., you know, because that was when I finished it and I was happy with it. And so that's when it went live. And you know, it's good to have a schedule, but for me personally, to get things out is just get it out as soon as possible. It's like as soon as I'm done making the sandwich, I want to eat it. Like I don't want to like put it away for later. But in this case, I will do that for the memberships, right? And just to give something a little bit difference between the tiers, just the same way. So early access to new videos, which actually could work for my benefit as well, because I like when sometimes I get to a video when it's just being premiered and it's just being released, but there's still already comments on it, and from, you know, the members that have already watched it, you know, like 24 hours ahead of time. And could also help me out in another way, because if the thumbnail sucks, they can let me know, right? They can see it and go, yo, this thumbnail sucks, change it before the video goes live in 24 hours or something like that, 24 48 hours. So that's a cool way of thinking about it, and could make things even more fun for me as well. So early access to videos, members only live streams when I do them, and those could be at random times, because that's just how it's gonna go. Like if I'm editing and things like that, I'm just gonna edit on a live stream and do that as members only content. So I'm excited to being able to provide that, which is also why I think this is gonna work out a lot better for me than Fourth Wall has previously. Now, members only videos, of course, that's just gonna be some of the archives, which I have already done, and I'm gonna see if things have changed with YouTube. But just a little bit of information. When I first started doing this, I had an idea of doing everything for the members only and taking all of the live streams after they've been, you know, like after like a month or two, right, where people might not be searching it up, so to speak, and then make that a members only video, so that the members can still go back and check the chat, and, you know, like go back and get some information that they wanted or that they had heard, and they're like, what did Lewis say before, and different things like that. So with that, I started making a bunch of videos from my back catalog, members only, and they're already sitting there, right, of the weekly live streams of this same live stream. And what ended up happening was that as soon as I made them members only, the chat that I was trying to preserve got lost to the ether, and it no longer had connection. So I stopped in my tracks, and that's pretty much why I hadn't done the membership with YouTube, because the idea that I had to do it and making all those videos membership or members only videos kind of like backfired in my face. But this is going to be a completely different thing. These are going to be more videos specifically made for that, and if I end up flipping the live streams to that just the same way. Oh no, are we still live? Okay, my computer just told me that it gave me an error with the ISO maker. No, my isolated file. Let me see exactly if I can. Yeah, it just gave me. Oh, that was the recording. Let me see. I don't know why it would do that. I think. Yeah, it lost my file completely, but we'll figure that out afterwards. So my ISO files crashed, but I digress. Let's go back to this. So yeah, so now I have members only videos, which are the live streams, and just a little bit of FYI, if you're trying to preserve the chat, don't make them members only until further notice, because of the fact that I lost all that information. But we're gonna have members only chat rooms, which I'm not sure exactly how that works, but I'm gonna put those into good use, especially if it's like a ask me anything. I'll be able to open a members only chat room where you guys could just ask me directly anything that you're having a problem with, which could also still help, you know, vice versa, because it could be topics that I could bring up on the live streams for the weekly and break things down that way as well. Member only shout outs, like I said, I think I do that anyway, you know, especially with Ecamm, where we're able to bring people's up, and the way that we've been building this community here. You know, when I see Cinematic Bird just hanging out in the chat, like I already know like who he is, and like that the relationship's already there. So it's like I'm already shouting you out for that reason. So we'll just do more of it, and it includes everything from the previous. And then the last one, which is discounted on merchandise, priority reply to comments, connecting on social medias, which like I've connected with Raymond here, and you know, like on Instagram, because that's mostly the one that I use for that. And let me know how you guys use Instagram. That's just also the question of the week, because I kind of use it for that pretty, like primarily that's what I use it for connecting with other people, like the app that I use to send back and forth messages even more than Facebook. But let me know. And yeah, photo and status updates, that's all the same stuff that I would be able to do easily through the same connection of, you know, like social media like Instagram. So I'll be able to send a photo over and different things like that, which is, like I said, what I do normally. But if we have this connection through the memberships, I'll be able to do more of it. So I'm excited to do that in the future. So I'm liking the way this looks. The one thing we're gonna need to name this last one. That's misspelled. There we go. Original Junkies. The OJs. Bam. Like it, love it, and the OJs. All right, now I need to work on some orange emojis, right? Especially from the Sunshine State. Probably get one like the old Tropicana, right? With a straw coming out, but maybe instead of a straw, we'll make it a lens. And yeah, now we're gonna hit next, right? To see, it says help us grow, highlight members. If you have 8 or more members, show their profile pictures on your channel pages. Well, we'll work with that later. Thank members. You have 8 members plus show their profile pictures in a section under your video. That's cool. But I don't know if you guys seen a lot of content creators. Tom Buck is one that does it a lot, and I'm gonna like take after him, that anyone that joins the membership, I'm just gonna make that my cookie cutter outro for the videos coming or moving forward from here, where I'm just gonna create a list and just put them at the end of the video, giving thanks to all the channel members and a link to join the membership, obviously. So that's the plan for it, to also reach out and remind as many people who watch my content that they can support the content in that way. So that's what I'm planning on doing. So I'm going to see exactly how the thank members aspect works, but this seems like it's in the same ilk, right? Like it's doing the same exact thing. So I already have pre-planned that anyone that's on it is going to be listed as that. And it's also should be a graphic that I will be able to use for the live streams as well. Give members special chats. Let members send highlighted messages during... Oh yeah, absolutely. This, see, I don't even know. I guess I have to have more than 8 members for this to actually become active. But that's cool, because that's something that I kind of like for the memberships that I'm a part of as well. Okay. And now it says submit. Says, I understand that once my offer is reviewed and approved, I am unable to change prices to introduce a new price. I can create a new level or delete an existing level. Deleting level will cancel existing memberships at that level. See, that's very important. So that's kind of what I was getting at, where I said that you have to make this, you know, like you have to put some thought into it ahead of time. But this looks good for me. You understand? And more importantly for me is that it looks like it's something that I can provide without like uprooting things and making it like a burden, so to speak, which is just, I don't know about you, but with me in my case as a caretaker of my son and pretty soon of my father, and thoughts and prayers for my dad. Right now he's in the hospital. I'll be picking him up tomorrow, but you know, just a bit of a complication, an infection, so he had to head back there. Has been there for the majority of the week. So um I'll be my father's caretaker and my son's caretaker, just the same. So making things that I want to provide for the community, but still making them viable in a place where I can say, you know what, no matter what S hits the fan, you understand? I'll still be able to do this because it's how I move naturally, which is important to me. And I think this is a good indication of how I'll be able to do that. You know, just talking it through and thinking it through of how I'm actually going to be putting these things into implementation. Okay, so now we're going to hit submit for review. Says next step is the review process. Your purse will be reviewed usually within 24 hours. Then we'll email you with the results. When everything looks good, you'll be able to turn on memberships. And it's giving me a little check mark to say my memberships offer and include perks, does not and will not promote hate or violence, is dangerous. Of course, yeah. These are just the community guidelines. Like, I didn't even realize what I was reading, but obviously, yeah. Yep, all that seems to check out. And now we're going to hit submit. And that's where we're at. It says prepare to share the good news, find out more. And now we have officially activated memberships on the Camera Junkie YouTube channel, which is an exciting time. Right now, if we just go back to my dashboard, we have reached 2162, right? And yeah, we're having a lot of fun with it now. 2,200 people, man. That's 22 times my goal for this channel. And I have to thank you guys, as always, for hanging out here with me, because you guys make this my favorite place to be week in and week out. But before we go, excuse me, let me go ahead and set these things up. I didn't. Keeping it in the YouTube theme and keeping things fun and lively, right? We're going to go to this week's Cities Got channels that I think you should go and watch. And this week is none other than Mr. Cletus McFarlane. Now, I've mentioned Cletus here on the channel a couple of times before, and some of you know that I'm a huge car enthusiast. Well, this is Cletus McFarlane. He is a YouTube channel that I've been watching for years now. He's a lot of fun. Like, the whole crew is like just so much fun because of like the content. He really makes you feel like you're in his garage, and he's just right up the state in Florida, up in Bradenton, Florida, just south of Orlando, kind of like in between Orlando and Tampa area. And right now he's doing the month of freedom, which you can see it says there. And the month of May is the month of freedom. And he actually has content coming out every single day. So if you haven't checked him out and you're into car content, this is the month that you should check him out, because there's something new coming out every single day from Mr. Cletus McFarlane. And yeah, so that's this week's Cities Got channels that I think you should go and watch. It's Cletus with the whole crew. You can get into his backlog. It's just a very amazing story. Obviously, Cletus is not his real name, but it's a character that he made a viral video years ago, and it just blew up. And now he owns his own like eighth mile circle track, and he has a quarter-mile drag strip all in that same area, Bradenton. He calls it the Freedom Factory. And this is just like this is kind of like one of my, like, this is just fun. Like, this is just pure entertainment. Like, I want to put a smile on my face. And I've mentioned it before. Every time he starts his video, he starts with "Hell yeah, brother," and it just gets you right into the mood for his shenanigans and all his fun. So that's this week's Cities God. Channels that I think you should go and watch is none other than Mr. Cletus McFarland, and he's blowing up right now. Another thing that's happening with Cletus, which is cool to mention him again now officially on Cities Guys, because he's climbing real fast. He's around 4 million subscribers right now, which is amazing. I found him way before he hit the 1 million subscriber, but his shenanigans and his love and enthusiasm for cars and racing actually has him racing right now in the NASCAR ARCA series, which he's got some of those videos right now. And I think that NASCAR is hitting the jackpot with Mr. McFarland here, because of the simple fact that he's racing in NASCAR under the name Cletus McFarland, and he's bringing a crew of viewers to NASCAR from YouTube, and it is like the perfect molding of traditional racing and like or better said, traditional media, right, or coverage of racing, which is the way they've always done it in NASCAR, to Mr. McFarland over here with his shenanigans and all of the fun things that he does, and bringing that to like the happiest medium over here. And I can honestly tell you, I haven't watched NASCAR in maybe over 20 years, easily 20 years that I haven't like been interested in watching a NASCAR race, until like just a couple of weeks ago when Mr. McFarland was over here in Talladega running the car for in that ARCA race. And I'm not even watching the actual Sprint Cup series. I'm watching the kind of the JV league where he's at on, you know, on his climb, and I would love to see where that ends up. So it's super cool. As you can see, I'm very enthusiastic over my cars, but this is just a really cool opportunity to start witnessing what could be happening here in this meshing of the YouTube and traditional media in the best possible way, with Mr. Cletus McFarland actually racing in NASCAR, which is amazing. Sly says my son loves Cletus. Dude, I love that whole crew. Like, what, he's one of the few that whenever his videos pop up, it's like you gotta watch his videos. Like, it definitely gets put on one of the tabs to be watched, because it's just, he's one that I'm gonna try to learn a lot from. Okay, guys, because he's the one that is teaching me that, you know what, you want to make the same intro and outro the same. And it seems like you're taking away from your creativity, right? I guess I do, when it comes to making these edits, because it's like, imagine if every Marvel movie that you loved for the last 15 years, right? Imagine if every single one started and finished exactly the same way. It will take a lot of luster out of the movie. So whenever I create a movie, I go into it with that mindset of like, I'm making like my, you know, like my masterpiece, and it's a one-off intro and a one-off outro, and that makes things takes so much more time, when YouTube really benefits from like the sitcom type of mentality, where you have the same intro and outro, and the difference is the content on in between, right? The meat of the sandwich, not the bread. So that's what I'm gonna try to be doing from here on out. I have a couple of things which, if you guys let me know if you want me to break that down, because I'm literally making 3 different styles of thumbnails: a style for my pre-recorded content videos, a different style completely for the Cities Got podcast, those recordings and those videos, and then a completely different style for the weekly live streams. And yeah, and we'll see where we go from there. This is gonna be a good year. holding myself accountable. I need to have some things finished. And even though it's my birthday week, and once again, thank you for all the birthday wishes, I need to finish my eCam en español. Like, I need to, this needs to happen. So thank you as always for hanging out here with me. You guys make this my favorite place to hang out week in and week out. If you're still here and you haven't done so already, please be sure to hit that like button. If you haven't, subscribe, because that's like the YouTube things to do, right? It's required. But as always, guys, thank you for making this my favorite place to be. Thank you for all the birthday wishes. As I can see, Mr. Cinematic Bird over here, Raymond, saying happy birthday. Thank you as always. And guys, I can't wait to see all of your smiling faces while we do it all over again. This was episode, hold up, 232. So 232 consecutive weeks of the Camera Junkie live stream, and without skipping a beat, we're going to be doing it all over again next week. So mark it down on your calendars, write it down, give yourself a reminder. 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on YouTube. Mr. Camera Junkie YouTube channel will be doing episode 233 live next week, and I can't wait to see all of your smiling faces right here as we do it all over again. So until then, take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you, you, next time. Talk to you.